Hey yo, what's up everybody? I am Aqua Dude, and welcome to another review. Today I am going to be reviewing and talking about the final episode of Murder Drones. I seriously love this series, and the final episode did not disappoint. I was expecting it to be cool and awesome and stuff like that, and this absolutely did not disappoint. I have it playing in the background and stuff like that, but link to the episode will be in the description. But anyways, let's get straight on into this review, shall we? Just a little warning right now, there are going to be spoilers for this episode in this, so if you haven't watched it already, then go ahead and skip this video and go watch the episode. Basically, in this episode, we get the destruction of the world. The entire planet is pretty much blown up at this point, and it's like in pieces right now, and they gotta fix it. And Uzi's just floating in space. I love the fact that they made it accurate because they can't speak in space. There's no oxygen in space, so you can't speak. There's no noise, which I found as a very nice detail in this. And Uzi has to communicate using her visor, like to put text on there. And Uzi's talking with her mother, who was revealed in the prior episode, and they're going to have to basically go and destroy Sin, the drone that is behind all of this chaos and stuff. And of course, N is back. He saved Uzi from the vacuum of space, and then the two of them embrace a little bit, but then things get a little bit hectic. And I just want to say, I absolutely love the animation of this. This entire show's animation is just absolutely great. It's just flawless and wild. It's super cool to see, and I really enjoy it. The animation is just so smooth, so cool, and makes the characters just look absolutely awesome. And then we get to, of course, the scene of N and Uzi together, and they actually finally reveal that they are now dating. My goodness gracious, boyfriend and girlfriend, finally! Final episode, they reveal that. My gosh. It was about time, but, at least they finally did it, so, hey, good for them. And, of course, we get the return of Jay. Jay had previously died in multiple episodes. Matter of fact, episode 1 and 2, she died, and then she reappeared in, like, episode 5, I think. Right as we think V is going to finish off Uzi's friends and father who are there, then we get the return of V. V is back, and she is better than ever. She is ready for a fight, and she's on the good side. She's not completely like neutral or whatever, and she's also got a pet raptor with a cowboy hat, which is funny. And it's just, the fighting scenes are so good in this show. I absolutely love them. They're so fast-paced, and they're like really cool anime fights. Just like the sheer power and the speed of everything, the shaking. It's just so cool. I love every bit of it. And the comedy, it doesn't stray from the comedy. There's a bit of a serious vibe to it because, the entire world is being destroyed as we speak. But also, they don't stray too far from the comedy. There's like bits in it and stuff. And it's just super funny to see that they can still keep the comedy in such a serious thing. Like the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. It was hilarious, but it didn't stray far from the serious theme, the story that was actually going on. It just added comedy to it to make it more lighthearted and fun. I really enjoy that. I really appreciate shows that can manage to have a perfect balance between their seriousness and also have like a healthy balance of comedy to make the show fun. I gotta say, Sin is a mixture of a drone and a human, and it looks freaking sick. I mean, she is creepy as heck. Like, this is nightmare fuel, absolutely. But, I mean, she's still awesome. Like, it's still cool to see. And, you know, I'm just, like, constantly confused most of the time because she can do pretty much anything. She can shapeshift and turn into other people. It's so weird. Like, I can't tell who's who most of the time with this fight. And the fight is so cool. The fight scenes, again, I re-emphasize, the fight scenes are so cool. Not to mention, this show is just, like, super creepy. It, like, adds a creep factor to it, as well as the blood, gore, and violence. Well, there's not so much blood, but technically the oil is the blood for these drones, so, yeah, it is a very bloody thing. It's just super gory and violent. And, I mean, it's when a show is literally named Murder Drones, I mean, you would expect it to be like that. Super violent, super gory, and stuff like that, and involving robots. So, yeah, of course, these robots are gonna murder each other, and it's gonna be done in the coolest and most violent ways possible. Like, this is absolute nightmare fuel. Just, you can hear all the crunching and sloshing in these episodes, and this one was by far one of the most violent I've ever seen. Because this was the final battle. Everything about it was fight. Fight to survive. Fight to kill. It's either kill or be killed in this, and it's awesome to see. I absolutely love it. And it's also just kind of like Deadpool and Wolverine in the sense that these guys are tearing each other apart, yet they can also regenerate. So they're basically just seeing who can kill first before the regeneration can happen. It's basically you gotta get them before they can regenerate. And, you know, there's that constant struggle. Having an enemy that can regenerate just adds to the horror factor of it, and it also adds to the challenge, making it that much more difficult to fight, making it that much more difficult to win the battle. Also, with N having, like, the PTSD from Sin, just, like, shows that he was not ready for this fight, but he is doing it for Uzi. That's pretty much the only reason he is doing this at this moment, like, I swear. And then, of course, we get the build-up to the amazing final battle, where Uzi is ready to fight once again. She has her weapons, she has her gear, she has her friends backing her up. And now it is the final battle. And it's seriously cool. I genuinely love it. I mean, like, she gets a pickaxe as a weapon, and she also uses her railgun from previous episode, but she also has her tail and wings, as well as her regeneration powers, so she's even more powerful, and just... Not to mention, she can use that weird null power, which is just awesome. And the explosions, you really get a sense of scale of their power, because it zooms in to the planet, showing the explosions of their power, just showing how much power these guys actually wield. The speed, the strength that they have. I mean, like, I swear, this is like an anime, but, I mean, it's not. Like, this is an indie animation, but I swear, this is more like an anime. And of course, the team up where everybody was just going at it together. Like, it started off with just Uzi versus Sin and Jay, but then it went to Uzi, V, and N going up against Sin, because Jay had her head cut off, and I think she was just, like, trying to recover from that. But of course, Sin can just reattach her head because she has incredibly rapid regeneration. So, yeah. And of course, they still kept the humor and everything in it. And the final finisher just made it so much cooler because Uzi activated the null power and just absolutely disintegrated Sin's core. Ooh, it was violent. Then, of course, we get one of the creepiest scenes, I think by far the creepiest scene. I think the creepiest scene in this show, and it's just of Sin in the dark just crawling towards Uzi. Well, not crawling, more like walking like a zombie. And then once Uzi swallows this weird null black hole thing, Sin just like melts into nothing but liquid and bones right in front of Uzi. And then everything just starts floating. It's all crazy. Then for some reason the world changes. I don't know how, but it gets all red and stuff like that. It's super weird. Whatever. But of course we didn't get a we didn't actually get a reunion of Uzi's dad and mom, because she just ran away and decided to be a coward about it. Of course, side note, I love the teacher in this because he's just so nonchalant about everything. He does not care. I swear, he just has a constant bored face. It's hilarious. And then Uzi gets a new pair of eyes, which is really cool and weird. And of course, she's excited about it because, you know, angsty teen vibes, just like looking cool and stuff like that. Because Uzi's character has always just been this angsty teen character. And I love how they still don't stray far from that. It's hilarious. And of course, it ends, and everybody is all happy and stuff like that. I loved this. I swear, everything about this show was amazing. And, you know, it's sad that it ended so short, but it was still cool. It was still seriously amazing, and I loved it so much. I'm so... Like, this was a seriously enjoyable show. Like, everything about it was just amazing. And, you know, just like the violence, the gore, the serious tone of it, but also, I'm also sticking with a, cheery, funny vibe every now and again. Like, they kept the humor. Of course, the humor was dark, but, it was still good humor. Like, it was still funny. And I love this show, and, like, the cast, they did an amazing job with this. The crew, Glitch Studios, you made a freaking masterpiece. This was amazing. And all the VAs, all the people in the background, like, animating this and stuff like that, you all did amazing, and you brought us this great show, Murder Drones, and let me tell you, the show might have ended, but it will not be forgotten. I swear, this show will go on, this show will live on for years to come now. This is one of the greatest indie animation series I've ever seen, and I think a lot of people have seen, so... You know, genuinely, it was just so cool and so enjoyable. So, if you haven't seen Murder Drones yet, go watch it. It's amazing. Like, I decided to watch it one day randomly, and I got through, like, every episode that was out that day. And then I waited for the next one. It came out. I waited for the next one. It came out, and I watched it. I watched them all. I also love the fact that they just didn't, like... Oh my gosh, like, everything just ended. Just, like, the show ended and stuff like that. They didn't have too many important story arcs. It focused entirely on Uzi and the Murder Drones. That's it. Like, there were all these supporting characters and stuff like that. Their stories didn't mean anything. Like, Uzi's mom, she like played a role in the final battle and stuff like that, but other than that, she didn't really reveal herself to Uzi's father, so there was that. I mean, like, she didn't have her big old emotional reuniting or whatever. In the episode before this, the girl that speaks Russian, who also had the powers that Uzi had, died. She was dead. So yeah, she was just gone. There was no chance of her ever getting her redemption arc. She didn't get a redemption arc or anything like that. All the side characters and background characters, they mean nothing. Okay, the main plot barely makes any sense. like Uzi started off as an angsty teen. She's now a superpowered angsty teen. So like, you know, nothing really changed. And, you know, it was just meant to be a fun show. That's what I love about it. The story, yes, it did have a story, and the story was somewhat interesting. Like, I found myself interested into the story. Yeah, it was, like, a good story. But it was mainly meant to be fun. This show was made to be fun. And the fact that it is officially ended kind of makes me sad. I wish we could have seen more of it, but I'm happy with how it ended. Because, you know, it was just really good. I seriously enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope that you guys will watch it too. I will leave a link to the final episode of Murder Drones in the description, so you guys can watch that if you haven't seen it yet. But if you haven't seen the full show, go watch the full show first, and then click the link for the final episode, because I swear this show is amazing, and you need to watch it fully. You need to watch it fully to fully understand what's going on in the final episode. But I mean, even if you just watch the final episode, it's still fun. It's still cool. You still enjoy it. You could still enjoy it just by watching the final episode, because it's all about the action. It's all about the final battle, the blood, the gore, the violence, the light comedy that's added into it. Just, oh my goodness, guys, I can't say it enough. Go watch this show. Support the creators. Subscribe to Glitch Studios. The Glitch Studios is also the studio that makes the Amazing Digital Circus. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to them, so you can watch that as well. But yeah, this was amazing, and I'm out of things to say to talk about it. So yeah, that's all for this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of my videos. Join the Discord, link will be in the description, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you, and good night.